Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English for Everything, the place where we make English simple, natural, and easy to understand for everyday life.
Yes, and today we are going to talk about a very important grammar topic that many English learners find confusing. But after this lesson, it will become much easier for you.
Our topic today is how to use has, have, and had in English. And we will explain it with simple rules, natural examples, and easy conversations so you can use these words confidently while speaking.
Many learners know these words, but they often feel confused when they have to choose the correct one in a sentence, especially when they speak quickly.
For example, some learners say, she have a car, or I has a question, or did you had breakfast? And these mistakes are very common, so please don't feel bad if you also make them.
The good thing is that the rule is not difficult, and once you understand the pattern, you will start using has, have, and had much more naturally.
Let's begin with the basic idea. We use have, has, and had when we want to show that someone owns something, possesses something, experiences something, or does something as part of daily life.
For example, when I say, I have a phone, it means the phone belongs to me. But when I say, I have breakfast at 8, it does not mean I own breakfast. It means I eat breakfast at that time.
That is why these words are very common in English, because they are not only used for things we own, but also for daily actions, feelings, experiences, problems, ideas, and routines.
Now, let's talk about have first, because have is used with I, you, we, and they.
You should say, I have a question, you have a good chance, we have an English lesson today, and they have many friends, because the subjects I, you, we, and they all take have.
So please remember, we do not say I has, you has, we has, or they has, because these are incorrect in normal English grammar.
Instead, you should say, I have, you have, we have, and they have. And the more you repeat this pattern, the more natural it will feel in your speaking.
Let's hear this in longer sentences, because in real life, we usually do not speak only in tiny sentences. We connect our ideas and explain them properly.
I have a lot of work today, but I also have enough time to study English for at least 30 minutes, because improving my communication skills is important for my future.
You have a good opportunity to improve your English if you listen carefully, repeat the examples, and practice these sentences in your daily routine.
We have many lessons on this channel that can help you improve your speaking, listening, vocabulary, and grammar step by step without feeling stressed.
They have different learning styles, so some students learn better by listening, some learn better by reading, and some learn better by speaking with other people.
Now let's move to has, which is used with he, she, and it.
When the subject is he, she, or it, you should use has. So we say, he has, she has, and it has.
For example, you can say, he has a new job, she has a beautiful voice, and it has a small problem, because he, she, and it are singular subjects.
A common mistake is saying, he have a job, or she have a phone. But in correct English, we say, he has a job, and she has a phone.
He has a very busy schedule these days, but he still has the motivation to study English every night because he wants to speak more confidently at work.
She has a strong desire to improve her English, and even though she sometimes feels nervous while speaking, she has the courage to keep practicing.
It has a simple rule, and once you understand that he, she, and it go with has, you will stop making many common mistakes.
So remember this simple pattern. I have, you have, we have, they have, but he has, she has, and it has.
Now let's talk about had. And this one is actually easier because had is used for the past with all subjects.
Yes, had is simple because it does not change with I, you, he, she, it, we, or they.
We say, I had, you had, he had, she had, it had, we had, and they had, because had is the past form of both have and has.
If something happened yesterday, last night, last week, last month, or at any time in the past, you can often use had.
Yesterday, I had a long day at work, and after coming home, I had dinner with my family before I started practicing English.
She had a difficult time in the beginning because grammar felt confusing. But after listening to simple explanations, she had more confidence.
They had a meeting yesterday, and during that meeting, they had a discussion about how to improve communication with customers.
So, if you are talking about the past, do not worry about the subject too much, because had works with all subjects.
Now, let's compare have, has, and had in a very simple way.
In the present, we say, I have time. But for he or she, we say, he has time, or she has time. And in the past, we say, I had time, he had time, and she had time.
I have a problem today, she has a problem today, but yesterday we both had a problem. And this comparison helps you understand present and past clearly.
You have a question now. He has a question now. But in the last class, everyone had many questions because the topic was new for them.
This is the best way to learn grammar because when you compare sentences side by side, your brain starts noticing the correct pattern.
Now, let's talk about negative sentences, because this is where many learners make mistakes.
When we make negative sentences in the present, we usually use don't have with I, you, we, and they, and doesn't have with he, she, and it.
For example, we say, I don't have much time today. You don't have to worry about this mistake. We don't have class tomorrow. And they don't have enough information.
But with he, she, and it, we say he doesn't have a car, she doesn't have any free time, and it doesn't have a good battery.
Please notice that after doesn't, we use have, not has. So we do not say, she doesn't has a phone, because that is incorrect.
The correct sentence is, she doesn't have a phone. And the reason is that doesn't already shows the third person singular grammar, so the main verb goes back to have.
In the past, we use didn't have with all subjects. So we say, I didn't have time. He didn't have money. She didn't have class. And they didn't have dinner.
A very common mistake is saying, I didn't had time. But the correct sentence is, I didn't have time. Because after didn't, we always use have.
So remember, don't have, doesn't have, and didn't have are the correct forms for negative sentences.
Now, let's talk about questions, because questions are very important in daily conversation.
In the present, we use do with I, you, we, and they. And we use does with he, she, and it.
You can ask, do you have a pen? Do they have English class today? Do we have enough time to finish this lesson? And do I have to repeat this sentence again?
With he, she, and it, you should ask, does he have a job? Does she have a brother? And does it have a camera?
Do not say, does she has a phone? Because after does, we use have. So the correct question is, does she have a phone?
In the past, we use did with all subjects. So we can ask, did you have breakfast? Did he have a meeting? Did she have enough time? And did they have a good experience?
Do not say, did you had breakfast? Because after did, we use have. So the correct sentence is, did you have breakfast?
Now, let's make a natural conversation using have, has, and had, so you can hear how these words sound in real English.
Emily, do you have a busy day today, or do you have some free time after this recording?
I have a little free time in the evening, but during the day I have 2 meetings, 1 English lesson, and some work that I need to finish before night.
That sounds busy, and I think you have a lot of responsibility. But you also have a very organized routine.
Yes, I try to stay organized, but sometimes I don't have enough energy, especially when I have too much work and not enough rest.
I understand that, because yesterday I had a very long day and I didn't have time to relax properly after work.
Did you have dinner on time? Or did you skip your meal again because of work?
I had dinner late, and honestly, I didn't have a proper breakfast in the morning, so I felt tired during the whole day.
Alex, you should take care of yourself because your body has limits. And if you don't have proper food and rest, your energy will go down.
You're right, Emily, and I know I have to improve my routine because good health has a big effect on confidence, focus, and communication.
Exactly. And this is also a good example for learners because we are using have, has, and had naturally in a real conversation.
Yes, we said, do you have a busy day? I have free time. Your body has limits. Yesterday I had a long day, and I didn't have time to relax.
This is how grammar becomes easier because instead of only memorizing rules, you listen to the words in real situations.
Now let's quickly review everything before we finish.
Use have with I, you, we, and they. So you can say, I have a dream. You have a chance. We have a lesson. And they have many questions.
Use has with he, she, and it. So you can say, he has a plan. She has a beautiful voice. And it has a simple meaning.
Use had for the past with all subjects. So you can say, I had a problem yesterday. She had a meeting last night. And they had a great time.
For negative sentences, use don't have, doesn't have, and didn't have. And remember that after doesn't and didn't, we use have, not has or had.
For questions, use do you have, does she have, and did you have? Because after do, does, and did, we use the base form have.
If you want to improve your English, try to make your own sentences after this lesson and speak them loudly, because speaking practice helps your brain remember grammar faster.
You can say 5 sentences with have, 5 sentences with has, and 5 sentences with had. And if you do this practice every day, your English will become more natural.
Thank you for listening to English for Everything, and we hope this lesson helped you understand how to use has, have, and had in English.
If this lesson helped you, please subscribe to our channel, English for Everything. Like this video and share it with a friend who wants to improve English.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and remember that small daily practice can create big improvement over time.
See you in the next lesson.
Goodbye, and keep speaking English with confidence.